Time now for the numbers for this bout at 205 pounds. T. Cummins versus Brian Maxwell.
T. Cummins a little bit heavier, you know, 204. He's a little shorter at 5'11", and he has a little longer reach. Lights out.
Two bare knuckle fighting championship veterans in toe the line. The call of knuckle up from referee Tom Sconzo, round number 1.
Two big boys here.
Black trunks for T. Cummins, black and red trunks for Brian Maxwell. To the inside, you see on the over-under, getting the separation from Sconzo. Very high, tight striking guard for Cummins. Maxwell much looser with his hands.
Yeah, Cummins looks like he a little more of a striker, which we knew that.
Right hand on the inside, both fighters trading big. Maxwell pulling back out, now stepping in with the jab, rushing forwards with punches as T. Cummins into the clinch. Active clinch. Sconzo allowing them to fight, now the separation. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1 of this 205-pound bout.
Cummins needs to keep that jab going.
Good left hand after the right missed.
Double jab in, Cummins. He's gonna be able to land that right.
Snap jab from Maxwell from the southpaw stance.
You can see the experience of both fighters here.
See Cummins trying to parry. Double unders, that gets the separation from Sconzo. Sconzo telling both fighters to engage more.
Yep, and you see Maxwell, he just instantly, you know, he's a wrestler. He moves in and he dropped into the legs. Natural progression.
Exploding in again, into the clinch now for Cummins. Maxwell trying to fight off the ropes. Can you see the active clinch? That's why we continue, hands are free. Closing stages, round number 1. Good professional turn by Maxwell, that was slick. Strong opening round for both fighters, good pace. Good left hand just before the bell landed by Cummins, then Maxwell fired back. We're headed to round 2. And you are with us worldwide for the debut of Toe the Line Fight Series, Toe the Line 1. Presented tonight by Legacy Promotions, round number 2. Slow, steady jab by Maxwell. Cummins, you can see, loading up that right hand. Cummins missing with the jab. Slight swelling under the right eye of T. Cummins. Maxwell trying to throw that left to the body from the southpaw stance. Getting the explosion in and the tie-up by Cummins.
Yep, you see, pace slowed a little bit, but strength of the punches looked like it picked it up a few notches here.
Quick separation by Sconzo. Ginjo, you compare the striking guards, you see Cummins much higher, much tighter. Maxwell lower hands, looser, a little more fluid.
Definitely, you can cut the tension with a knife in here. People are waiting for that overhand right to land and smash open a face here. Oh, that's what I thought we were just about to see. Cummins
has done that exceedingly well. Throw the punch on entry and then to the tie-up, almost a cuffing left hand. Maxwell trying to step back into the pocket off of that jab.
I think they respect each other's power. Slowed it down a little bit.
Maxwell was fighting orthodox, now back to southpaw. There's that snap jab from the southpaw stance for Brian Maxwell.
They're both flat-footed fighters right now.
Pace has suddenly slowed down measurably. To the clinch again.
First round, they threw it out.
Tom Sconzo doing a nice job allowing the fighters to work their way out, keeping this fight flowing. 15 seconds remaining, round number 2.
Brian Maxwell, I think he needs to do double jabs, move in for that overhand right, throw that left hand into the clinch.
Short left hand, big right to the body from Maxwell. That was effective. Cummins stepping in. Next stop, round 3. Bit of a muted start off of the scratch line.
I thought the same thing. The last 2 fights, we saw craziness from there.
So again in our fighter meeting, Cummins told me he felt that if the fight reached round 3, Maxwell would slow down considerably, and here we are in round number 3.
And personally, I think Cummins is right, man. I think Maxwell definitely slowed down a little bit. See, that's a sloppy jab. That jab that it gets parried down, that's sloppy.
Cummins just put the head chancery on the college wrestler Brian Maxwell. All that gets you is a separation under this bare knuckle rule set.
Well,
step in with the left.
Nice uppercut hook.
Good jab there from Maxwell. That's a push down, and ruled a slip. Correctly so by Tom Sconzo. Maxwell with the head movement, swing and a miss on the right hand, counter miss with the right by Maxwell. 55 seconds remaining, round 3.
Cummins looking to land that overhand right.
Very slight swelling now under the left eye of Cummins.
Cummins moving backwards, trying to draw his opponent in.
Neither fighter has taken a massive shot, at least not to this point, Joe.
And what we've seen in the past here is the head body hook or a fake to the body and a hard overhand is really finishing these fights, or it's causing so much damage in their face that...
Shaking out the arms from Maxwell. Good right hand by Cummins. Down goes Maxwell and ruled a knockdown.
1, 2, 3.
That was a beautiful straight right.
5, 6, 7.
Here we go, boys.
You cannot be saved by the bell under this bare knuckle rule set. Final seconds now, round number 3 after the knockdown of Maxwell by T. Cummins. Might be getting a few bonus seconds here in this 2-minute round. There's the bell. Round number 4.
Two veteran fighters can just see their reaction off the start of the line.
But that was a knockdown, so that's a 10-8 round for T. Cummins. So if you have Maxwell winning rounds 1 and 2, this is an even fight.
You see Maxwell, when in doubt, goes to a double leg.
If you have Maxwell not winning both rounds 1 and 2, he's now dug himself a bit of a hole. To the inside, the underhook held. There's the overhand right by Maxwell. Good job by referee Tom Sconzo, allowing the fighters to continue.
Nice.
Spin out by Cummins. 80 seconds remaining in this 4th round. Lead left hook on the entry. Almost a push away by Maxwell.
Cummins, he looks like he still has the power. I believe if he throws those 2 jabs and steps in, I think whatever he throws is going to land. It's going to hurt Maxwell really bad. You see a little damage on Maxwell's face, a little blood off his nose.
Slight cut, left side bridge of Maxwell's nose.
I just think the power is still with Cummins right now.
Cummins pulling Maxwell forward into the center of the ring. Left hook misses, right hook misses from T. Cummins. Back to the inside, there's a good right hook from Maxwell that lands, backs T. Cummins off.
Maxwell reached down for that knee again.
Left hook lands that time by Cummins.
Cummins would go body uppercut, overhand uppercut. I think it puts Maxwell down here.
Maxwell switches back to the southpaw stance. On the right hook, down and grabs his knee. Tom Sconzo starts his count, ruled a knockdown. Maxwell clutching his knee.
We saw this in the 2nd round when he fell. Grabbed his knee, almost rolled out of the ring.
Maxwell saying he wants to continue. Final seconds, round number 4. Time in this fight.
Looks like an old injury.
Maxwell misses with the right hand, the bell. Good sportsmanship, the slap of hands, and we are headed to the 5th and final round. Again, nice sportsmanship between these two fighters. No animosity, all respect. And with that, T. Cummins steps hard into the pocket.
But you see Maxwell is very, very hesitant on that front leg. So if I was T. Cummins, I would throw the head into body, head body hook, try to get him to step a little bit, so he had to have that pressure on his leg.
Yep. Stepping in again with the right hand. Maxwell lands with the left on the exit. Again, Joe, I think T. Cummins to this point has been most effective when he steps in, throws punches, then exits.
Yes, Ted, we talked about this already once. T. Cummins, he's doing a real job. He's patient. He's patient, he's waiting. He sees that Maxwell is not very stable on that front leg. He should be doing a little more fakes and maybe 2 jabs into a straight overhead.
Switch back to orthodox, the right-handed stance. Credit Brian Maxwell, he's a very tough fighter. Goes down there. We'll see how Tom Sconzo rules this. Ruled as a slip, I agree with that ruling. Maxwell, very tough. Knocked down in rounds 3 and 4, clutched his right knee both times, is continuing in this fight, fighting hard.
He just is not very stable on that knee right now, folks. T. Cummins just doesn't want to try to finish this. He needs to bite down and get busy.
Again, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship founder and president David Feldman sitting ringside. Told me before the show tonight, we talked about it on our opening of the broadcast. He will award 2 BKFC contracts at the end of this card.
Very exciting.
Final seconds, round number 5.
Get an opportunity to fight for your contract in front of a crowd.
Maxwell misses with that right hand. Continues to work off the jab. The bell, the end of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Wilkie scores about 50 to 45. Judge Clancy scores it 49 to 45. And Judge Kane scores it 49 to 44. All for your winner by unanimous decision, T.